a real quick touch. Double check the steering wheel. Push roll.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's going to get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
Too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time when Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another presentation of the Mystic Racing League. This time from Charlotte for the Downtown Auto Sales Truck Series presented by Pest Busters. For the start of Memorial Day weekend, at least in the Mystic Racing League, for the Race to Remember 200 here at Charlotte. Glad you could join us on V-Speed this evening. I'm your host and producer, Morgan Cook, alongside Logan Saneth-Rokeld. Commentator here with cameras provided by Dougie Beard. And Logan, Charlotte, in NASCAR's backyard. It is one of the free tracks you get on iRacing when you sign up. Everyone should be very good here tonight. What do you expect?
I expect a great race. It's 134 laps on the board, so we've got some time to go. 1.5 miles around Concord, North Carolina. This is, you say it's one of the free tracks. Everybody should be pretty good at it. It's also just downright one of the best tracks. 24 degrees of banking in the corners, a little bit of banking on the front stretch, but it really just keeps things interesting. This track drives like it's on rails sometimes, Morgan.
It does, and these trucks will be ripping around here as we just finished qualifying. Let's see where your favorite driver will start the race. Starting on the pole here tonight, Jesse Whittington in the 94. Christian Barnes, last season's champion, will start in second. Third for Aaron Baum in the 17, making a return in the Tide Ride tonight. Zachary King starts in fourth. Fifth tonight for Tyler Stevenson in the 1. Jacob Cochran in a Kyle Busch tribute will start in sixth. Seventh for Luke Barnes in the 04. Cody Anderson rounds out row number 4. Your top 10 looks like Tyler Mallon making a debut and Noah Hubbard in 10th.
Just outside of the top 10 is Dustin Lewis in the 8 machine next to Harold Tucker III in the 79. P13, Caleb Hunt in the 19 next to the 95 of Justin Miller. Behind them, Adam Holston takes the 48 machine to a 15th starting spot next to the 77 of Zach White. 7 Hawthorne in the 11 starting P17 next to Sean Merriman in P18. Last but not least, the top 20, Derek Jewitt and Trevor Yates.
Starting 21st tonight, Craig McKern, one of the open cars. Jaden Walker stays outside, making up row number 11. 23rd will be Steven Addison in the 81. Reggie Kime starts in 24th. 25th for Christian Bonelli, beside Gavin Hinson in 26th. 27th for John Ullman in the 34. David Wallace making a return in 28th. 29th for Dave Billings and 30th for Isaac Wilson.
31st, Tyner Willing next to the 30 of Seth Heyman. And the last of our 34 car field, James Sturdivant next to Gary Baldwin Jr.
Drivers already on track. No, we're not going green this time, thank goodness. Thought we were a little bit behind the 8 ball there, but we caught right up, as you would expect here on V-Speed. And while we have a moment, let's talk race analysis. 134 laps will be the scheduled distance here tonight. Pit road speed is 45 miles an hour. One of the easier pit roads to get onto, one of the more difficult ones to get off to. We'll touch on that later in the show, I am sure. 4 tire sets for the drivers tonight. Fuel, you can go 33 to 35 laps, somewhere in that region. Stage at lap 50, so there will be a pit stop in that first stage, and the fixed setup as we have seen for most of the season. You mentioned, Logan, this racetrack is on rails. What are your keys to being successful here throughout the entirety of the race?
Well, you know, again, it's going to come down to patience. I think it was pretty well the same theme last week. This track has a lot of opportunity to give. It's going to really just boil down to who takes the opportunity when it's given to them. As you can see, our drivers setting up for a 4-wide salute coming down the back straight now.
Yeah, this is not standard procedure, of course. This is the Mystic Racing League, remembering all of those who served in the United States Armed Forces. As drivers complete the 4-wide salute, everyone's going to get back to their spots. We can get this thing underway in mere moments.
Rest of the sea completed here on iRacing. Luckily, Charlotte just wide enough to give these drivers room, but they managed it well, Morgan.
They did. They cut it pretty close. There were some couple moments that had me holding my breath, as we still have one dropping back a bit. Coming to green here this time. Field in the back, not quite there. Looks like we'll hold one more time. Make sure everyone is able to get to their spots where they need to be.
Just one more time around, despite the pace truck lights being out, then we're ready to get racing here at Charlotte. 134 laps is going to be a very, very interesting race in terms of strategy, Morgan. What do you think we're going to see kind of prevail here today.
Well, I've been told, talking to drivers pre-race, some of my team guys, that tires will matter immensely here tonight. You can run wide open with a little bit of a blip of the throttle in 3 and 4 for 3 to 5 laps to kick this thing off. And while that's great and all for those 3 to 5 laps, that will severely hurt your tire life later in the run. And remember, you can go up to 35 laps on tires, so would you rather be fast for 5 to struggle for 30? That doesn't really seem like a good trade-off to me. So it's going to be who manages that the best, who's able to save tires without getting run over from behind. Those are the drivers who will be successful here tonight.
And only having those 4 extra sets of tires, you know, you really have to think about when to take them. When do you want to be your fastest? And of course, everybody's going to say the last few laps. Well, how do you time it out? That's where your strategy comes into play. We're going to find out here as we are set rolling through 3 and 4. I believe we will be going green this time, Morgan.
Pace truck has the lights off. Pace truck should be making that sharp left-hand turn down the banking. Yes, they will. Field in the hands of Jesse Whittington. Into the start zone. Green flag in the air, and we are racing in Charlotte. Oh, and they're wrecking in Charlotte.
Well, they held it together, but just barely. But we're still going to take it 3 wide into turn 1.
Yeah, it's 4 wide for a moment. Yikes.
Already got a lead pack separating here. A sharp nudge to the 27 entering turn 3. Christian Barnes had to hold on to that one. You saw the rear end start to step out, but got lucky, kept it up here at the front. Is Jesse Whittington to the line first.
And this will be a bit like a drafting race at the start because you're running wide open. It's really all about managing aero, putting your car in the right spot. Oh, big loose moment. That was the 51 of Cochran off the top rope. And I think Zach White has had a bit of an issue way down to the white line. Chaos early.
Still slow on the bottom, not able to gather his speed back up.
Anderson, same thing. Caught the wall, I believe, in the 15. As King goes to the lead on Barnes.
That wall will sneak up on you at times. Again, like I mentioned, it's just wide enough for that 4 wide salute. So you know the racing is going to be tight. 3 wide, just about anywhere on this track could be a dangerous situation.
That's off the back bumper of your leader, Zachary King, to officially lead that lap. Great battles throughout the field as everyone seems to be right near another car. Lom trying to roll the high side around Whittington, your pole sitter. Oh, big block further back. Stevenson blocked them down to the white line.
A lot of movement here. Dustin Lewis keeps it on the line, gets by the one machine. Has an opportunity for another spot here against Jacob Cochran. 51 up top.
Yeah, a couple teammates there, the 8 and the 51. Both running Kyle Busch tribute schemes. First
battle
group
up here for second.
Yeah, see, first group here's getting single file, but this 12 and 17 battle, Hubbard and Baum, will not go away. Then now the battle for the position behind them ensues as well. That's Luke Barnes and Christian Barnes. They're almost 3 wide behind them. Cochran is the cork in the bottle, so to speak, for this little melee.
This is just the type of product you get from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Although Zachary King has gotten out by 0.6 of a second, the fighting will continue here in the mid-pack. Again, 32 cars making the starting grid. There's action all over this track. Look at that 48 with the run around the outside. Holston trying to climb up the ladder here.
On board with the aforementioned Adam Holston. Yeah, very fun racetrack. This is one of those places where no matter what you're driving, you get a sense of speed. You dive it down into the corner, it actually drives down the hill right here. You go up and down, you know, you roll the bottom. The car is edgy, it's twitchy, it's not totally stable, but it still feels excellent. It still feels like you're making a lot of speed. And then 3 and 4 is something out of a fairy tale. Up over the hill, around the curve, over the bump, settles in, and then throttles up off. It is quite a fun place to drive. As Justin Miller had a big problem. He's fallen back quite a bit in the 95.
A lot of side-by-side action still happening throughout the entire field. Luke Barnes, Aaron Baum going at it here at the front for P3. Ford gets by for now, but Charlotte is, again, one of those tracks where you can generate a lot of speed at different times in the run, depending on how you manage your stuff. So if you're sitting back here in the back half of the field, how long do you decide to save? I know one thing I'm looking at, the 15 of Anderson, he's fallen back 10 spots, but I've raced plenty enough with Anderson that I know his strategy, and typically he's going to lose some spots to gain them back in the latter half of the race.
Seeming to be the exact opposite. Zachary King charged up from 4th to 1st, got out to a 6/10 of a second lead. You mentioned a few laps ago, it's gone. That lead has disappeared. Noah Hubbard on the back bumper. King burned the stuff up. He's going to have to fight this thing for the next 25 laps. He's going to put Hubbard in the wall.
As him straight up the track, Hubbard won't be happy about that. How does the 12 attack? He sticks to the high line in 3 and 4. The 04 Barnes down in the bottom behind. That's the last thing that King wants right now is 2 attackers trying to get around either way of his truck.
Oh, and he got him.
Inside. Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
Going back up the track.
Oh my goodness, Dustin Lewis. What on
collect a couple
earth?
more.
Oh, and they were still wrecking behind him. David Wallace with no brakes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he got him. Got him for sure. Let's check it out here on the instant replay. So we're going to see this coming from a mile away, very bottom of your screen. Hubbard just racing aggressive, got into the door, and King's in the middle of the racetrack, and Lewis got him. He squared him up. Couldn't have hit him any more square. Right on board from the 8. It's going to be an expensive day for the 8 team. Hubbard's going to, I think, on pit road here. Won't get charged with the caution, but. Oh my goodness. Baum was playing peekaboo with the spinning car. Lewis didn't see him until the very last second. That is tough. And then a little further back here on the 08, got a pretty good view of this as well.
A lot of the times you can see the smoke
right
from quite a distance, but on board with Lewis, that was just instant.
And you can see Wallace already fighting a bit free. Car wobbling back and forth quite a bit. You can see the smoke way up there. Yeah, Cody Anderson
and a
is
truck in the way.
Cody Anderson's going to be very frustrated about that. Because Anderson was doing the right thing. He slowed up. He went around the accident after it stopped and got just drilled by someone who did not take those proper steps.
Hate to see that, but you're going to bring the entire field down now. The 04 short in the box.
Yeah, that was an interesting.
So that'll extend the time.
It's like he locked up 2 separate tires. That was interesting. It's like fuel only for a lot of cars. Don't want to burn a set yet. Some will take a set right here. By my math, Logan, we've only got, what, 1 set to work with tonight in terms of extra on top of what we normally have, correct?
Yeah, if my math is with you on that, it's just 1 to play with. So it's very interesting to see that one and only free set, quote unquote, to be used so early on. We're talking less than 20 laps into this race, and that could be a very vital mistake later on.
Yeah, I would have to think that the plan is you're not taking tires at the stage. You have to be, right? Because that, I mean, you could, if you pit for fuel here, you should be able to make it to the end of the stage on fuel if you top off. Not taking tires here, I think, makes a lot of sense because you're able to go to the stage, you save a set that way, and you can make it and all that. But yeah, taking tires here has me a bit concerned because you're going to have 35 lap old tires, full run old tires off the rip. And that's scary to me.
Yeah, it's an interesting call, to say the least. We'll see if it pays off. Some of these drivers might have a different type of plan in mind. Again, that's where the track comes into play. It's all about the strategy. And, of course, our weather not looking too bad at all. Only 75 degrees on the track surface. So, it extends the life of these tires at least a little bit. It's going to boil down to just how hard these drivers want to send it into the corners. How hard do they want to battle for these positions? Of course, getting clean, clear, and free of your competition as soon as possible is always the best case scenario for yourself. But sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. It takes 5 or 6 laps to pass somebody.
You know what they say the best strategy is, Logan? Best strategy is a fast car. Being able to just be fast will help with everything else you need when it comes to getting that strategy to work.
I genuinely didn't know where you're going to go with that. I was thinking maybe something along the lines of a good offense is a great defense. I know you're big basketball guys.
They do say the best strategy is a fast car. I've heard that said before, but people a lot smarter than I am. So I'm going to have to trust them on that one. And I've had enough fast cars to know that certainly helps to make right decisions when you can just drive away from people. But we'll see who can do it this time. Baum and Barnes on the front row, and there goes the 17. Already a much better start than the first time around.
Stayed in line this time. A little bit of a bobble there, but I think they're just looking for a spot to go once you clear up the start-finish line. We're going to look 3 wide middle, though. Falls out of it.
Oh, they're wrecking behind him. Spins around. Oh, my goodness. Cody Anderson. 2 for 2, and that might end his day. Tyler Willings in it. Oh, man. He got some help here, I think. Oh, yes, he did.
All over that back bumper. Loose off the corner, back up to the middle of the track, smoke everywhere.
Man, only
Anderson,
2 drivers
wrong
hit
place,
him.
wrong time.
I'm shocked only 2 drivers hit him, but that is... Oh, Anderson did not use the fast rear the first time. Thank goodness. He does still have a chance here in this one. Let's ride on board here. That was a massive hit.
Downside for Anderson, he does have to tow it back to pit lane, so luck will have to be on his side to rejoin the lead lap. On board now with the 15, coming out of turn 2. There's the checkup, gives the nose, the smoke, nowhere to go on the inside.
Just another...
Judging, just a quick judgment on the smoke direction. It's, you're thinking that truck's going to be in the outside wall.
Exactly. I was just going to say he did everything right. You never expect that car to be stopped in the middle of the racetrack. Usually, contact or just the natural direction of that car would take it inside or outside, not dead center. So he really did the right thing. Just he couldn't see through the smoke. It's the second time we saw that today, and of course that is going to hurt dearly.
It's a rapid disassembly of the motor for the 15 at Anderson.
That's a good way to put it.
It was due for inspection. What can I say?
Well, it made it real easy to inspect. It's sitting on the backstretch. All spread
Aaron
apart.
Baum, Aaron Baum, Luke Barnes on the front row for this restart. Harold Tucker, Tyler Mallon, Tyler Stevenson, Seven Hawthorne, Sean Merriman, Derek Jewett, Jacob Cochran, and Trevor Yates making up your top 10. This time by should lead us to the choose.
I believe
we'll
so.
Back to green conditions.
This caution, I believe, hurts the drivers who took tires on that last stop as well, because this should put a heat cycle on those tires that will effectively minimize a little bit the goodie in that tire, a little bit of the grip that they had, and get everyone else's tire temps down as well, give another chance to cool, so help even out that spread. Drivers who took 4 that last time: 7 Hawthorne, Derek Jewett took 4, Trevor Yates, Gavin Hinson, Addison, Wallace, McKern, Barnes more than likely, Miller, Hunt, Kime. Everyone else is taking damage repair further on back, hard to tell.
And Morgan, the lights should be coming on here over Charlotte Motor Speedway very shortly.
That was odd.
Yeah, that was a...
I don't know if that's going to stand for Harold Tucker. Oh, did the 4 not make it? Maybe the 4 didn't make it in time. That was a very weird choose. I think Barnes is going to get the EOL for this one. That'll put Tucker up to the front row.
So unfortunate there for the 0-4. Mistake made at the choose cone. Sets him to the back of the field.
And I think this is a racetrack where you can make passes, no question about it, but you don't want to have to. It's hard to pass here early in the run when everyone's going the same speed. You really have to work on the long run, but if we don't get long runs, you're going to be trapped in the back for a lot of this race. Have to use strategy to get back up here, and that is not what you want when you're so tight on tires.
The only thing you can do is just hope that, you know, maybe you can extend your fuel run, go for an alternate strategy, use the draft if you're going to be stuck back there. But passing, although the opportunities are plentiful, it's very difficult at times. So, you know, it's one of those unfortunate circumstances, Morgan. He's going to have to really put together a drive to prevail.
And do you go super aggressive and try and flip the stage and win the lucky dog? Like, I don't know what else you can do. We're going to have to find out for Luke Barnes in the 04. Field already down and away.
Wide in a couple spots here towards the back of the field.
So 50 getting the wall.
There's another 3 wide up here at the front for P3. Offset now. Hawthorne, Mallon, Stevenson. The one down at the bottom.
All drivers took tires, I believe. Hawthorne did for sure. That car is on rails right now. That 11 is bad fast.
With a 15-1 in the box. 7 laps ago. Indicative taking tires. Not to mention just the ability to drive through the bottom right now. Equal speed as the 17 of Baum. Hawthorne's going to take over this race lead here on the back straight.
Now off a turn. Oh, off of turn 2. It is going to clear.
Just barely. You almost slide a credit card between those trucks and more contact, it looked like. The 17 pushes him down into the corner.
They're still fighting.
Oh, big contact. Just behind that first 2-car pairing. I think that was King and Yates. And Jewett and Stevenson making the contact just behind them.
They're still
wide down the back straight.
And look, Noah Hubbard's back in the top 12.
There's your answer. Apply the pressure early. Drive it extra hard. Get back up towards the front.
A few caught the wall there.
This is where things get interesting for the 12 of Hubbard. We got a great battle here between Jewett and Stevenson. How do you attack it to get around when both drivers are utilizing almost all of the track?
You just have to
separate themselves.
Work in the margins here and just try and use those extra feet that are available to you. And just find where they're not. Get a little air on the nose. Oh, there's an almost opportunity. Just about made that one pay. Now 3 wide. Now you got a shot to roll to the middle here in 3 and 4.
Stevenson all the way down to the bottom. Opened up the door nicely there. Jewett stays middle. There's Hubbard. Finally gets a lane down to the bottom. He'll be able to attack the 45 from the inside line. Clear the 1. Still 2x2x2.
Now we'll clear Jewett. There he goes.
Front to the bottom.
Up front, battle for third, 3 wide for a moment. And this Trevor Yates guy continues to impress me. He did the same thing at Kentucky earlier in the year. Put on 4 fresh tires, flipped the tire strategy, and drove to the front, did not give it back.
Do the same here today. Another one of those drivers, a 14.8 in the box. Ford was 71. Side by side with Merriman coming off of 2. The 18 stuck on the outside line. 71 getting through this time in 3 and 4. It's going to be difficult to get clear off the corner. Not enough.
This gaggle's
This is
still
what
raging
Hawthorne wants
on.
to see. Oh, it's going to. This battle will not go away by any means. Here comes the 04, Luke Barnes. Trying to drive through his recovery effort here. Try the Peyton Hubbard maneuver, looking middle there to open up the door.
Driver was really hung in better than I expected to is Harold Tucker III. Done a really nice job of took those 2 tires, ended up restarting on the front row after the 04 made his mistake, and is still running up in the top 7. Oh, is Hubbard's going to get tight? He's got Medora King crossover from the 8 behind him as Yates goes for second.
Hawthorne back in too. Something has happened to the 11's ability. The 18 loose off of 4, nearly smacks into the wall. A big run through the inside for Yates. Will nearly get door to door with Hawthorne.
Clear
Takes it right down to the bottom. Will he have enough? It looks like it now. There it is. Yates to the lead, just like you had mentioned at Kentucky.
Crossover. Here comes the bottom move. Now, this is exactly what we saw with King. Hawthorne, not one I've known to particularly save the tires. Got out there, got to a lead as Cochran smacked the wall. And immediately, after getting caught, will fall back as this quintet still battles hard. You can tell drivers who haven't saved their stuff, they're struggling. We got Hubbard out to Lewis there.
12 now suffering from those tires, from having to drive up through the field as hard as he has. Been holding on to a P11 position now. We'll check back on him here momentarily. See where he's at, if he's climbed, if he's lost. Side by side. It's the 18.
3 wide here. 18 slip at the racetrack.
I saw some contact back behind him there as well. 17 drops it right down in front of the 51. Battle for the top 5 is just as hard as it is throughout the rest of the field.
Lots to watch here. I don't know if there's a bad part of this racetrack in terms of racing right now. Everyone has a lot of grip. Everyone is willing to take chances. About 15 laps to go until we get to the end of the stage. Tire strategy proving to be very important. And the lights have turned on here in Charlotte. Oh, Brunelli, what are you doing? Is there room? Not really. Are we going to make it fit? We sure are.
If gap car.
Yeah.
24 trying to shoot at middle. Luckily it sorts itself out before anything else can happen. 79 now. Harold Tucker trying to regain that position.
Yeah, Trey's starting to fall
Also
back
trying
here
to
at 79.
defend.
Barnes up to 11th now. Oh, big loose off of 4. Still fighting it.
He's caught back up with Hubbard. However, the one of Stevenson is going to really take advantage of that. Drives right through the inside.
And Hubbard.
Trying to keep Hubbard all over the door. King not happy about that.
I think Hubbard's about leaned on every driver he's got beside here tonight. 3 wide to the bottom. Another door contact to King. 3 wide again. Oh, barely cleared him. I don't think King's going to be happy about that. We're almost wadded up out of 4.
Expect fireworks from those drivers. That is,
yeah.
The 12, like you said, just leaning on everybody right now. I guess whenever you end up really superheating those outside tires from how hard you're driving it, an extra set of 4 doesn't hurt.
Oh, Ullman got the 08 down the back.
Big check up there on the top line. Everybody gets by it through the bottom. Picking their speed back up. They're going to lose quite a few spots here.
Back to the top 5. Trevor Yates still leading, and that gap has gotten fairly large. Mallon in second. Hawthorne, Cochran, and Baum a little further back. Yates saved the tires, and he is absolutely showing them how you do it here. Hawthorne burned him up, and he's fighting for his life right now.
1.8 seconds up the road between Yates and Mallon.
My goodness, Dustin Lewis just destroyed the outside wall. Oh, that car is hurt big time.
Hurt the car loss. Oh, speed. Stevenson sneaks through the inside line. Now it's Merriman and Hubbard in line for that 8th and 9th position.
Wide further back as well. Derek Jewett has fallen back quite a bit on this run. Kane Walker up the track.
Vincent finding himself in the middle of the hornet's nest here. Nowhere to go in front. Jewett's there.
Oh, they're big wrecking in front of him. Big wreck.
Oh,
Merriman's in it. It's up in the top 5. What happened to Merriman? Merriman, Lewis, and Hubbard. 3 wide. I don't think it ended well.
Judging by the sideways car out of the corner, I would have to
right
agree.
into
The
Lewis.
18. Hubbard ends up sideways. It looks like he's going to hit the inside wall there to the left side of the screen.
Yeah, Hubbard took a bigger hit than I think we expected. Yeah, that car is really hurt. This is on board with Hubbard. I just don't know if Merriman knew they were 3 wide.
Yeah, either didn't know he was 3 wide
Oh, and then
or
Zachary
just
King came
momentarily.
in for good measure. Gave Noah Hubbard a big hit. What happened with King?
That was payback for using him as the extra set of brakes on the outside.
Possible. So 50 slides up the hill. There's the spin. I just didn't really give enough room to the cars who were wrecking. Almost caught Lewis again. Yeah, drivers being pretty aggressive working through accidents tonight. Probably want to get that tightened up since that's going to hurt someone's race here pretty quick. Already see a few drivers who have used the fast repair and are in tough shape. Cody Anderson's one of those. Tyner Willing is another one. Zachary King obviously has used a fast repair. Dustin Lewis has used one and is still very hurt. Obviously pancaked the wall, caught up in the accident as well. The list goes on of drivers who've burned that fast repair already. Noah Hubbard, of course, has had his. I mean, we're only 40 laps into this. We've still got over a third or over 2/3 of this race to go. Pretty early to be hurting the car this bad.
Yeah, it's not what you want to see happening by any means, but you know, I especially feel bad here for Trevor Yates. He had nearly a 2-second lead, now obviously diminished here, and kind of flips the script on who can take home the stage. This will not count as our stage break, not quite close enough. We will still have that scheduled here at lap 50.
But what it does is it allows you to take tires if you hadn't already. And this will not put you in a bad spot for tire strategy because we're going to run probably only, 4 green flag laps, something like that, till we get to the stage? 4, maybe 5. So if you just get to the top 10 and hold on, you could probably end up with some stage points and cycle to the front on slightly older tires than everybody else. You should be able to hang on pretty well.
Well, our first drivers on the fresh tires. We've got Noah Hubbard taking, it appears to be 2.
Just 2. Oh,
7.6
climbing into the wall
stop.
on the choose. That was interesting. But Malin, I believe, is the first car on 4 fresh ones.
Yeah, Malin's got 4. Tucker has 4. Hawthorne has 4.
And Jewett as well.
Jewett, Billings, White. Yeah, pretty well everybody behind. And then, of course, we've got a couple drivers that had some damage to get repaired. Adam Holston with a little over a minute in the box. Dustin Lewis obviously getting as much damage repaired as he possibly could.
Oh, Walker did not do the choose properly. We'll have to serve an EOL. It was looking like he could get stage points, too. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, he's getting up there a little bit.
Showing him he had a little speed in that 5.
Race control calling for 8 to go to the stage. So we'll get a few more laps in just 4 or 5 under green flag conditions. As long as these drivers hold it down here to that lap 50 mark. Race truck will come
caution
off.
here makes those guys who just took tires feel real good as long as they're not part of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
another
As the green flag waves, a little
massive
bit of a bobble there. That outside row really gets going here. Trevor Yates, the 51 of Cochran following.
Oh, big bobble. Justin Miller into the door of the 04. Watching the new tires, it's Hubbard leading the way in the 12. Hunt put him in the wall on entry almost.
Keep him up there as high as possible. Well built. Rip that outside line though.
Bob takes the fight to Cochran. This for second. Right behind Yates, who's trying to drive away again. Oh, they're wrecking out of 4. Somehow they saved it, but that's going to bottle everything up. Brunelli, Barnes, and Stevenson got together off of 4. Into the outside, retaining ball 3 wide behind them, and it's not getting any better.
3 wide and leaning on him again from the bottom is Hubbard. Trying to do everything he can to get back into the top 10 for some of these stage points. Not making any friends while getting there.
Oh, Jewett a little bit loose off the top, saved it. Got King right to his quarter. Whittington trying to get back up to the point where he started the day. Luke Barnes in the wall. Ooh.
Oh, man, that's going to cause some contact just behind. I don't know how they managed to keep that one straight, but the 04 again comes up the track, gets a nudge.
Oh, that
right
was
back down to the door, the 1.
Wow, that was a big hit.
3 wide again behind with Hubbard on the bottom. This is the 19 Hunt up the track.
Oh, and then Zach White way below the apron off pit road. Good awareness, not merge up into traffic. Oh, and then Miller's going to put, oh my, King's sliding. What is, oh, King's wrecking. Saved it. Hinson into the wall. What is going on here?
That is a display of just pure driving ability.
Are we racing or are we playing billers out here? Everything's just shooting everywhere.
I don't know what it is, but I'm really enjoying it here, keeping things interesting as we're going to look 3 wide.
Oh, and Hawthorne
wrecking
got
into
him.
3.
Caleb Hunt back in front of traffic. That should trigger the yellow. There it is. Oh, and he still got clipped a few times. Oh, man. Well, that was chaotic.
Honestly, I think this starts between Hunt and Hubbard. I don't think Whittington really had much to do with this.
It was Hawthorne. Hawthorne drives down. Yeah, actually, Hawthorne had nothing to do with it. I think maybe Hubbard got spooked by the 11 making the move. And Hunt was just the benefactor, if you will. Got clipped by the 79 and the 8 just for good measure. Let's check it out from Hunt's point of view. There's the 12. See the 11 make the aggressive move off of 4. Goes top, goes bottom. Hunt was in the wall, came down a little bit, and then got clipped once, twice. Wallace did everything he could to avoid it. Did a good job there.
Just a glancing blow, though, so nothing too bad there. Could have been way worse, however, a severe loss of positioning. That's going to be enough to really just kind of upset the day.
Yeah.
I mean, we're here at the stage break.
How about
Obviously,
Trevor
if you're
Yates?
not where you're... Yeah, Trevor Yates has been on a tear. Like you said, just a repeat of the Kentucky race, getting to the front and trying to get away as quickly as possible.
There are your 10 stage point getters. Yates, Baum, Cochran, Brunelli, Stevenson, Miller, Barnes, Whittington, and Mallon. That would be Christian, then Luke, 7th and 8th. I'll run for all those guys. I mean, I honestly have no idea who is going to run well in this race at this point. It's been as close to Daytona Talladega, I think, as you can get. I mean, obviously, Yates has been very good. Baum has been very good. But, I mean, tires matter so much here. And as long as you are right on the right side of the tire strategy, you have a chance to win this thing.
Either the right side of strategy or the right side of luck. You know, it could always boil down to when that last yellow flag waves. So, you know, we're pretty early on in this one. 50 out of 134. So it's one of those things that you always have to have in the back of your head. We haven't had too many cautions, at least in my opinion. We've had 4. But at this point, the drivers don't have any more points to fight for aside from the most laps led, getting a led lap, or just overall finishing position. So I would imagine that things should likely calm down just a touch.
And we have every driver still
nice run here.
Every driver still running here tonight in this one. Follow up to Cody Anderson, who, while 2 laps down, is still in the race, still doing his thing. Drivers off the pace right now. Tyner Willing 2 down. Zach White is 2 down. So is Gary Bolden Jr. And then the aforementioned Cody Anderson. Dustin Lewis, last car on the lead lap, who is heavily damaged. Has hit about everything but the pace car tonight in the 8 machine. Might even try and get
go out there and get the pace car.
I think he's going to try right here. Oh, he's not going to get the lap back, it looks like. Oh, he's going to go a lap down. I think he may have had the wave around, but that's going to get stripped from him. That's not great for the 8. So now 1 car, 1 lap down. It's Dustin Lewis. John Ullman on pit road may go 1 down. Give that to 7 Hawthorne if Ullman goes a lap down. Now we're pitting.
Race control has officially deemed that last caution on the 12 of Hubbard. So he will be restarting from the back end of the field this time.
I can't say I'm terribly surprised by that call. Doesn't make it feel any better.
No, not by any means.
And now all those drivers who flipped the stage, Mallon, King, Billings, Tucker, all up at the front now, top 4.
Just a couple laps on those tires, and then a few more laps of pacing here. So race off of pit road. Looked like the 17 of Baum was ahead.
Yeah, Baum got him. That was tight. Very close.
It was a very close one there with the 51 of Cochran. Yates just behind that. So 71 will have a little bit of work to do to see the front end of the field again and try to extend that lead that he had.
I think my big question here is Baum on the fresh tires, Cochran on the fresh tires. How well do they fight through the first 2.5 rows of traffic? Because, of course, those cars on slightly older tires, it's really only going to be, I don't know, 6 laps green on those tires. How big of a difference does it make? How quickly do those cars fall?
So it looks like we've got a couple drivers that have picked up a penalty for entering a closed pit. So they will lose their ability for the choose. Ball to the end of the line. Mallon elects for the outside lane. King to the inside. Behind them, Tucker on the inside. Billings on the outside. Row 3 will be Baum on the inside. Cochran on the outside. It's Trevor Yates, Christian Barnes, Jesse Whittington, Justin Miller in the top 10. Drivers ready to get things rolling again. Back under green this time by. Morgan, the entire field receiving a warning for the overly aggressive driving here by race control. So, yeah, I would have to say things will likely calm down just a touch here.
Did those warnings ever do anything for you as a driver?
No, not typically.
Me neither.
Words to fall on deaf ears, but the green flag falls in front of the field, and away goes Mallon. A big jump for the 54. King couldn't quite get it going.
Oh, they're wrecking behind him.
Brunelli
somehow maybe saved that car. No, there goes Walker.
No.
5 is around right now, if I'm not mistaken. Got it back righted somehow. We're going to go back and look at that. That was pretty wild.
The fact that we stayed green through that is wild. We had a car doing essentially somersaults here. Somehow managing to stay on the ground.
Yeah, the 1 just hooked the 24. Jewett ended up saving him. And then we look at the 5. You got some help from Anderson. You can see that in the frame. All the way around and kept it going. As King and Mallon fight for the lead with Cochran. Oh, Cochran, big loose moment. Wow, what a... Oh, and my goodness, Dave Billings. That car is dead. There it is. There's the yellow, but that thing blew the motor, I would have to imagine. Oh, my goodness.
Had to be instantly. We've got some carnage here just at the end of pit road as well. Not sure what happened to Justin Miller.
Wow, what a hit. You see it here, just a bit of a loose moment on the exit. Just loose, and then, oh, he got help from Yates. Yates got into the back of him, and well, I think the 95 just went down there to avoid it. Oh, then he came up and got Yates again. Double whammy for the 71. Right on board here with Yates. I think he's going to tell us the whole story. So 14 has a bit of a loose moment right there. 71 gets into him, 14 hard into the wall. 71 minding his own business, and all of a sudden, bang. And around goes Yates.
Well, luckily no wall to make contact with there, so
So true.
you're just going to lose a little bit of tire. And he's still going to elect to bring it down here, which is kind of interesting. I'd imagine just a top off on fuel likely.
Check damage.
Yeah. Tires, or the wheels never came off the ground. Yeah, checking that damage out, see how much you got. A couple seconds, go ahead, repair it. Top off on fuel while you're there. All the P's and Q's, Morgan.
Sure seems that way. A lot of drivers topping off here on fuel. I think this gets you in a window. It does, actually. This gets you on a one-stopper to the end. This is a good lap to pit on. Most drivers, though, not seeing that. Top 12 stay out. Cochran, the first one on pit road, noticing that we are in one-stopper territory. Hate it for Dave Billings, though. Running so well up in the top 3 on that strategy call, and it just stepped out from under him. Of course, he got a little bit of help, but
driver,
still. You're saying?
Yeah, he got some help from the tow truck, too. That's what I was trying to bring up there. It's, you know, the motor expiring is one thing, but not having enough momentum to get it back down pit road and utilize your fast repair in a timely manner, that's another.
This is
really
illegal.
hurts the drive. Yeah, this is
That's not how pit road works. That's going to be a end of longest line penalty for the 79 and the 1. Both pit on the second lap, not the first. Interesting. Other drivers coming into top off, I understand, because they pit the first time, but you can't just pit the second time. That's an EOL. I do want to give a shout out and an apology to Cody Anderson, because Cody Anderson does have a driver cam tonight, but with all the carnage, we have yet to have a chance to show it, and I'm not sure that this 15 will be able to continue here tonight. I want to apologize to him for that. Zachary King currently leading. We'll get a driver cam of him when we go back green here. Should we not have a melee on the restart? Oh, the wheel's going back on the sim for Anderson. We'll have a chance.
currently scored his 3 laps down. He would need a miracle to even get back on the lead lap. It's a lot of work to do, trying to get back around some of these other guys, and of course any more incidents, you'll likely have more drivers a lap down that would be ahead of you for the lucky dog. So it's just a whole pile of circumstances that have to line up perfectly.
I mean,
I admire the what do I want to say here? Yeah, I admire the perseverance.
He only needs 12 cautions to get all his laps back. Should no one else go a lap down. Only 12. Just a dirty dozen for him.
I might just go ahead and have to say this on behalf of everybody. I don't think anybody wants to experience that.
No, not 12 more. Heck no. Do we have any cars left if we had 12 more cautions?
It depends on who's wrecking.
I suppose that's true.
Mathematically, we have enough.
That is the truth. King, Mallon, Baum, Barnes. Your top 4, 3 open drivers and 1 driver with a charter, that being King, of course. Pace truck will make some ruts.
Those open drivers doing their due diligence to make sure that it's known that they belong here.
Yeah, certainly. into the start zone. There goes King. Rest of the field will follow. Bomb in the wall on the initial start.
Can't get a lane change violation if you go to a place where there is no lane. The 54 trying to fend off the 04 Barnes. Like a small nudge into the corner. It's good speed off the corner. It's an M17 and Bomb.
Driver who really made hay with all these pit stops is Gavin Hinson. Remember, that car was in the outside wall. I thought it was near done for the day up here in the top 7.
I look at him 20, around the 20 number of positions gained. Battling for that number side by side. The 04, the 17, some contact made. 4 hands been rubbed.
There's Anderson entering the
back
racetrack.
out. 6 laps down for the 15. So way out of the way. Man, some close moves there. 17 sliding in behind Tyler Mallon.
Zachary King with the field in tow. Remember, we saw this car lead early in the race and fell back quickly. What's he done to change that fate, if anything?
I think he, the biggest change in his fate is finally getting away from that 12 with Noah Hubbard.
That's so true. But here comes Bob.
Like those two well, had a metal pipe welded between those trucks for quite a while, side by side battling. Now he's up 11 positions from that 12 machine on an island all by himself. But we've seen it time and time again where some of these leaders get way out here, then slowly but surely start to fade away. See if Baum and Barnes can catch up. Meanwhile, the Hornet's Nest is on fire back here.
Somebody kicked it.
Not used enough gasoline when they tried to get that one out of the tree.
Let's watch Jewett try and work through this Hornet's Nest. As battle for the lead's on, Barnes got up to King. King already starting to fade on those tires. Granted, they are about 10 laps older than Barnes.
Is there. Yeah, that is true. I'm seeing that
now.
Oh
my goodness, Hubbard just put you in the wall. Someone's got to talk to this 12 car. I mean, I don't think he's made a clean pass yet today.
I think at this point, there will be plenty of people to be talking to him post-race.
Oh my goodness.
Not making any friends. Ford driving up the track. Remember, a slight scrape with the wall, but does get past
not crash
game.
Earlier?
I'm pretty sure they did.
Or was it Hubbard? I think it was Hubbard, actually. Same paint scheme makes it difficult to remember. Battle for the lead off at 2. It looks like it's going to be a dead heat down the back.
Drive off the top in favor of King. How long can those old tires hold off the fresh ones? The 04 loose into the corner. Some contact made between King and Barnes.
At this
Keeping
rate,
it side by side.
Baum's going to gap both of these guys if they're not careful.
And even Henson, look at Henson coming out of nowhere. And now he's right here in the battle for this lead.
Now with the fastest car tonight, Trevor Yates, not too far behind also.
This is what I mean. That leader just starts to fade a little bit, and then everybody in the field starts to catch up whenever you don't let the drivers by, battling for that position. Barnes trying to make it work. King just able to put enough speed down off the corner to stay competitive up here.
Now Brunelli finding his way into this battle, and that's going to bring in the entire rest of the top 12. Oh, door banging each other down the backstretch. Put King in the wall. Caution's out.
Just saved by the yellow.
Caution for Tyner Willing. Tyner Willing, cause of caution. Maybe not cause, but was the flag.
Up in it at least. We'll take a look
Oh,
back.
he got the wall a ton. Oh, man.
So, yeah, cause of caution would be the correct statement.
I think so. Brandon Willard loves when I use this statement. I think that's going to be an... Oh, my goodness. That's going to be a day ender for Tyner Willing, and that's probably going to be that might be a bit of a break as well, pulling out in front of Ullman. Let's just check this out from the 34's point of view. Had nowhere to go here. Nothing but black top in front of him. Just black top and open dreams. And all of a sudden, there's Tyner Willing.
Sideways car.
Boom!
And from further back exiting 4, that car just blended into the
It
wall.
didn't. You couldn't see it at all. Lewis got a scare as well. Lewis has been in many incidents tonight. Almost got in another one there.
Yeah, that 8 machine beaten and battered right now. He'll take these cautions, though, and get as much of it repaired as possible, as we are going to be led down into pit road by Zachary King. Nearly the entire field following. We're going to have a couple drivers elect to stay out, Trevor Yates being the first to do so. So 71 will inherit the lead. 13-lap old tires. Christian Barnes follows him. And then it's the entire field behind that. Apologize. Steven Addison, the 81, staying out. Drive off pit road. Bernelli beats the field out, 6.3 in the box. Harold Tucker with the fuel only stop, 5.9. Hubbard again with right side tires, and then 8.8. Looks like pretty well everybody behind Luke Barnes will be on fresh tires, aside from Cochran, Miller, and McKern.
Yeah, there are many strategies happening right now, and I love it.
To say, too, now looking at this list, McKern with a quiet night, and that might not be the worst case scenario. Started P21, currently working the 15th position as we come to this restart. Has not used his fast repair. Has not been mentioned in any other instance, at least to my recollection. So it's not a bad spot to be in here.
Might be the best night McKern's had all season in that regard. You don't have to be flashy and up at the front leading a lot of laps to have a good day. All you need to do is stay out of trouble, run with what the car is giving you, and maybe plus 1 or 2 from where you ran all day, and you end up with a positive day. McKern's doing just that. He's running 15th at the moment, about where he's kind of run in that area, qualified 21st. And as you mentioned, car is flawless. No scrapes, no bruises, no fast repairs, just a solid day.
And consistency will get you to playoffs. So keep things, on the track, finishing each race, and you've got a great chance to make the playoff field. But then you really have to turn the heat up, start applying some pressure to those drivers ahead, and it really changes the entire ballgame of the season.
And making all the races will certainly help as well. He's missed quite a few, just being more of a part-time driver for Waterforce Racing. But teammate to Christian Barnes. Still great run here for McKern. Now we're going to re-rack them and restack them. Yates, Barnes, Bernelli, Addison, Hubbard, Tucker, Luke Barnes, King, Cochran, and Baum are your top 10. Past halfway. It's about to get good here. Green flag is out. Away we go.
Huge gap down on that bottom line behind Barnes. No help from behind. The freight train rolling the top line. The 24 Bernelli, the 12 covered in tow. Gets stuck door to door with Barnes. Scrambling behind.
50 to the inside of 3 wide here.
Tell you what, Morgan, the back straight after these restarts
contact.
is...
Jewett sideways. Oh, he got a big shot there with the 81. They're still wrecking. There goes Baum. Oh, and it's wrecked a bunch of trucks. Oh, Dave
Who else
Billings.
can we collect?
That all started with Zachary King. And he's going to get through that. Not a scrape on that car. Let's go back on the replay. We'll see exactly what I'm talking about here. Tries to force it 3 wide, gets into Jewett's door. Jewett can't save it because they're in the tri-oval. And then he hits the 17 for good measure. 17, of course, piles up with a bunch of other cars. No damage on King, but the rest of the field's wiped out. Let's watch. I'm seeing some word potentially that the 11 just barely missed this accident. Let's ride on board. Check it out. Oh, he was in it.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Just spun right around
behind
him.
it.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's as close as you want to get. Stevenson's part of it. Let's check it out from his point of view here. Like, just look at the melee we're going to have. Tucker's in it. Baum's in it. I think Merriman got a big piece of it. Yeah, so there's Tucker right away. McKern, we just talked about it. He's part of it. Ullman's in it. 94's in it. Hate that. Really hate that for McKern. Billings got in it right at the end. Oh, man, and the 18 did get a part of it. Sorry,
We'll have
Craig.
to say,
That's on us.
Yeah, Craig, we're going to chalk that one up on me. That is broadcaster's curse at its finest. Any complaints that you have could be mailed in written form to the North Pole. We'll review that with the board members here. Take affirmative action
Mrs. Claus.
against myself. That is downright disgusting. Man, I feel terrible. I feel so bad.
Sam needs a shower after this one to wash that guilt away.
Oh, man.
Golly.
Well, you know, at the same time, I was getting ready to mention how this back straight off of these restarts is really reminded me of the open field starts for the Crandon dashes.
Sure.
It is just an all-out scramble once you make it out of turn 2, and you know, it makes for really good TV, but it also makes for really long races sometimes. None of these drivers want to attack Charlotte at 55 miles an hour.
Right. It almost is likened to Pocono right off the start when you fan out to 7 wide. That's kind of what it feels like off of 2 sometimes, is you have drivers that will just put that car in whatever hole it'll fit in, and all of a sudden you have 5, 7, 9, 12 cars all wiped out up against the outside wall. Seen it time and time again here this evening. Everybody wants the top here.
Top has been working. Brunelli elects for the top at the front row. Yates responds with a inside line move. Go for Barnes to the outside. Apologize. Luke Barnes to the outside. Christian Barnes to the inside. Hubbard has made his way back to the top 5. King has exited the top 5.
I'm surprised.
So who will Hubbard use as the brakes?
I'm surprised nobody got charged for that caution. Is King still in 16th? Interesting. We'll find that out later, I'm sure. Skazoo Racing trucks looking pretty quick on the outside.
Looking to get in line, try to make a charge towards the front. Teamwork can always help if it's played correctly.
Some would say it makes the dream work.
Some would in fact say that. Others would say that the green flag is waving. We're here to start lap 77. Brunelli with the big jump from the outside line brings those Gazoo Racing trucks to the front. Trying to work around Trevor Yates down on the bottom, just clears Luke Barnes. Noah Hubbard will be door-to-door attitude.
3 wide.
Again.
Almost 4 wide. Hawthorne pushing Cochran.
This is the 51 clear, the 27 down into turn 3, back to 2x2.
Oh, they're wrecking for the lead. Drinelli and Barnes. Caution is out. Hubbard, sorry, that was Barnes. Oh, they got to change the paint schemes. My goodness. Anyway, we'll see it here. I was gonna say this this crack that you're gonna hear when they hit the wall. That's the sound of a Segway being perfectly teed up. Yeah, it just was not clear, not even close. Whittington through the grass for good measure.
Facing the wrong way. Morgan, let me tell you, a whole pack of trucks barreling down at 160, 170 miles an hour straight at your windshield is not what you want to see.
No, check this out. Whoopsie.
Big damage on the right front from the hit with the wall. Luckily, no other drivers collected in that one. Everybody was able to get through the inside. Stops just after the start-finish line.
I really
Realizes
appreciate
you can't park there and spins it back around.
I really appreciate his waiting until all the traffic has spun around, has gone by him. There are probably more than a handful of drivers who would have just whipped that thing around and driven headlong into traffic. So I want to appreciate and give a big props. Even though your Dave took a big hit there, he didn't make it worse by pulling out in front of traffic. Well, we're within 55 to go.
Is anybody gonna bring it down? You're gonna see a couple dive down, top off on fuel. No need for tires just yet.
Who was that?
Hasn't even been 10 laps.
I think whoever that was not on the lead lap. Or else that would be another illegal stop. Interesting.
I believe it was David Wallace.
David Wallace, okay.
The 08 is now coming out of pit road.
Either way, doesn't particularly matter. Drivers 20th on back making pit stops. Should be coming to the choose this time, I imagine.
Lap 80 under yellow. 8 cautions to this point, 12 lead changes. This time by the closing in on 50 to go. Drivers had made their choose. Brunelli and Hubbard swap places on the front row. 12 to the outside, 24 to the inside. Of course, the other Gazoo Racing truck now at the back of the field, being the 04.
25th last car on the lead lap for Luke Barnes. Into the start zone. Hubbard, Brunelli. Green flag is out.
11 really pushing Henson right now.
Side by side for third. Henson, Cochran. Rest of the field barreling down on them. Stevenson looks at the bottom, not going to get there. Brunelli looks for the lead. That car is sideways. And 3 wide off the corner. Oh my, wow, Jewett almost wrecked there.
Jewett almost came down. Quick correction. Man, that could have been really bad there. That was one of the worst spots to wreck. So hard to see coming off of turn 4. You've got a lot of room to the inside to work with, but man, a 3-car tandem right there, starting with Stevenson. Creative Holston has worked his way up here into the top 10.
Some of these drivers
stick around.
Are fighting a very loose condition right now. These cars are wobbling all over the racetrack. As Hinson has taken second away, and that 39 is hunting the leader.
It's interesting to see such a loose condition with such a cool track temperature, 74 degrees now on the surface. You see the sun fading further and further below the horizon in the background off of turn 4.
It all looks like Derek Jewett has made his way up to 5th. His car was just about wrecked 2 laps ago and is now up in the top 5, battling for more. Oh, almost again a moment off of 2. Driving angry right now.
Still making up ground despite the mistake. Catches up to that back over 50. That game. Now has Cochran to contend with here, working the inside line across the front straight. Turn 1 side by side.
Put him in the wall. Oh my goodness. Oh, and Cochran down in front of traffic. Cochran in the wall again off of 2. Oh my goodness, that's going to cost him a dozen spots at least.
Or Brunelli also made contact with the wall off of 2. He loses 2 spots. Holston and Stevenson both get around. Possibly 3 here with Tyler Mallon charging around the outside. The yellow flag flies again.
It was Ullman. Yes, Ullman stopped in the middle of the racetrack. Got Yes Who behind him. Barnes got loose, tagged Ullman, put him in the wall. This has been a bit of a chaotic race. Caution number 9.
Just taking a listen there to race controller, placing that one on the 34 of Ullman. The 04 safe this time. Will retain his 18th position. Ullman with the damage from the incident. Already towards the back. He is actually already the last car on the lead lap. Hold on to that spot.
I think while race control lectures the field about how you drive around Charlotte, we'll take a quick step aside and be back in just a few.
Real quick, you both stop real quick, double check the steering wheel.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
Too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
He knew it was just a matter of time when Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
GC Spider Motorsports takes home the 1, 2, 3 finish.
Thank you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to V Speed for coverage of the Mystic Racing League in their Downtown Auto Sales Truck Series. Port Cook joined alongside Logan Threlkeld, call him Santa, with Dougie Beard providing us the cameras to use here this evening and most of the season. It's been a wild one for those of you just tuning in. 9 cautions, 13 lead changes at 89 laps complete. We have seen the vast majority of the field find themselves in one wreck or another. Race control, I'm sure, is pleading drivers to clean it up. But we shall see, because that is in the driver's hands.
Yeah, like you said, it's just about the entire field has been wrapped up in something at some point. It's just really boiled down, at least up until this spot in the race, to who had the worst damage and who had to use the fast repair. And it's well over half the field has utilized that fast repair for the day. Pace truck comes off. We're going to try it again here to start lap 90. Henson in control from the top line. Away he goes. Zachary King, a good challenge from the inside line this time. Much better on the ball. Others on the outside. Where will he try to go? Door to door with the 50. It's King returning the favor from earlier.
Henson is going to grab the lead and control with contact. 12 and 50. Not the first time we've said that tonight.
Won't be the last.
I'm sure it won't be. And they both make a move on Henson. They're trying to split him. Oh my, wow, that was an aggressive move from the 50. Jewett now up in the group here. Remember, Jewett used up a time or two by a couple drivers up here as well.
We're just talking about how he's found his speed here in the last few laps, made his way back to the top 5, challenging here for the race lead. He had a run, kind of got sent back there by Henson with a side draft. Oh, Henson loose off the bottom.
These cars are out of control off turn 4. Oh, King's up a little bit up the racetrack. Almost got in the door. Jewett had to lift. Put him in the clutches of the 54. Who's going to give him a touch in the center of the corner. Now we're 3 wide behind him. Just to make sure. Oh, and King. Contact with Hawthorne. Up into Hawthorne. And now slow in front of the whole pack. And there we go. 15's in the wall. Caution. Oh, wow. Caution is out. And Billings got him. Caleb got him. Lewis got him. Oh, my goodness. Like there's going to be a lot of drivers who don't have a ride next week at this rate. So we saw where it started from. Now, to be fair to the 27, 27 didn't do anything wrong. He got hit in the back by the 24, sent him for a bit of a joyride. Let's see from Brunelli. Obviously sent the 27 of Christian Barnes careening into the inside and clip the 18. We're going to see that right here. Right there. Clips the 18. But now the 18 is just chilling until, boom. I don't know what on earth we're doing at the back of the field. We're going to find out. You best believe it. 4 miles up the road is where this accident starts. Yeah, they're wrecking. There it is. Ooh. Yep, that, I don't really have a good explanation for that one. Zach White somehow involved in this as well. Not sure what happened to 77. Let's go check that one out as well.
The 8 Blue is also wrapped up in it again. That's, I think, like the 5th or 6th time the 8 has been involved in something. Not by his own doing.
Yeah, 77 here. What happened to him? Oh, he got Barnes. Oh, man. And McKernan, another one. Oh, jeez Louise. Lap 95. This could be the lap that changes a lot of drivers' seasons, and we'll maybe touch on that next week. We'll have to see about that. Holy cow. Would you believe it if I told you this series you've done the best racing every week?
You know, I wouldn't doubt it, but
not tonight.
Not quite last week either, Morgan. I think we were talking there during that commercial break. I think it's a me problem. You said they've been pretty clean up until the last 2 weeks, and what's the alternative factor here? And it's me.
What is the independent variable? That would be
there we go.
That would be Logan Threlkeld.
So,
Santa Maria.
Well, that's as much of a make or break this lap could be for some of these drivers. It might be a make or break race for my commentator slot here with you on these Wednesdays. I think if these drivers put 2 and 2 together and realize
Gavin,
what's happened here, it's
don't worry, drivers. Gavin will be back next week. Don't worry. Y'all be safe here in 7 days' time.
And watch next week, 2 cautions, great race.
Yeah, just the one stage, it'll be perfect. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Should be getting close to the choose here, about a lap away, I would imagine. Still have not got a chance to see Cody Anderson's driver cam. He just stepped away another time. Again, already 6 laps down, but now is not the last car running. John Ullman is behind him, both on pit road and in the lap counter. He's 8 laps behind. Tucker the third, 18 down. Willing, 29 down after a rough start earlier in this one.
Morgan, I hate to bring a spotlight to something that's happened here.
I think I know what you're talking about. Let's go have a look at it.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what has happened here, but race control not quite happy about the circumstances.
Yeah, I don't know what it
This
was.
involves the 11 of Hawthorne and the 50 of King. Under caution.
The 11 got kicked, it looks like. Maybe not DQ, maybe just left the session with their own power, but do you know where this was?
It's a bit further back. It's right after the caution flag was thrown.
Further back, is it more replay?
Yeah, more replay.
Okay.
We're going to take it back here closer to that yellow flag coming out. It's before the pit cycle. It's in turns 1 and 2.
There it is.
Yeah. So good hard racing. Out of doors. The caution's going to come out just behind them here. So the yellow flag flies right about now. Plenty of time to slow down. For some unknown reason, the 11 decides that brakes are optional, drives up underneath the 50 of King, and spins him out down to the apron.
Might need to give King an Oscar award for that one. Let's check it out. Let's watch the RPMs. Curious. I don't know why you would drop 2,000 RPMs normally, but noted.
Well, I did notice that whenever the 11 got there, you got the rear axle up off the ground of King. So, you know, we're back here to the live shot. Green flag is waving, but I would have to say those rear tires coming off the ground, I don't know. It's a very precarious situation as these drivers themselves will find a precarious situation. 3 wide immediately into turns 1 and 2. The 54 shooting the gap middle, Tyler Mallon.
Wide again. Stevenson making a move on the bottom. He's going to get a tap in the back from the over. We stay green. Noah Hubbard back to the point. Hinson, Jewett, Olsen, and Mallon your top 5. Jewett really working the outside lane.
Jewett's looked strong up there on the top line. Not going to get any help here from the 54. Does back it off before turn 3. 5 loops on the corner. Now Jewett finally clear of the 48. Adam Holston to the P4 position, trying to fend off Mallon. The Green Machine working the outside line as well.
Well, we're definitely thinning out the field.
It just happens naturally with 10 plus cautions in the race. Started with the 32. You're now down to it's like 27 active on the track.
We're at a point where if you put that last time, you could almost make it to the end. You're going to be close. Drivers like Zachary King, who's on pit road, Victor Cochran as well, in good shape. Guys like Noah Hubbard, Gavin Hinson, going to have to pit another time here for sure. As Barnes rips the bottom, slide up in front of Holston and go take the 5th position away. How about Adam Holston tonight too? Quiet night, strong night for the 48. And Trevor Gates continuing to impress at 71.
71 trying to make some headway, get back to the lead.
Brunelli on pit road.
Saw him earlier with a 2-second lead over second place. So Brunelli will be the first one to bring it down. Knowing you can make it to the end of the year. Will you have enough in the reserves for a green-white checkered if we get to that point?
That green flag stop's a bold choice tonight.
Very, very bold choice.
Well, we're wrecking almost. Say now that we have a moment, Cody Anderson, come get your flowers, good sir. Driver cam, here we go. There's Cody Anderson. Oh, and they're just absolutely wadded up in front of him. All right, well, that was short-lived. That was short-lived. Holy cow, that was all the leaders, pretty much.
All the leaders.
Yeah.
Barnes, Mallon, Holston.
Oh, gosh. What is going on?
Jewett.
This would have had to have started with Jewett and Mallon, it looks like. And Mallon up the hill into Jewett's door. Jewett caught the wall, and then it all just kind of went from there. Yeah, Holston part of it.
Unfolded like a wet paper towel.
Oh. Yeah, I don't really know where we go from here. I don't know. I don't have much good to say about this one.
Well, the potential good thing to say would be Tristan Brunelli receiving the lucky dog.
I'm curious why he pit. I don't really understand why he would pit under green. I mean, we just went green 3 laps ago.
It's very hard to say, not in the mind of that driver, but you know, it should pay off here at least a little bit. I see multiple drivers in about 10 laps ago, and then a lot of the field would be at the end of a normal green flag run. And these are the drivers that we're seeing bringing it down now, led by Hubbard, Henson, Yates, Jewett, Baum. Reggie Kime even brings it down. Only 10 laps on that 9 machine.
We really should see pretty much the whole field bring it down. If you pit the last caution, you have I think a pretty good shot at making it. King, Cochran, Barnes, Miller, Whittington. Everyone else, though, should be on pit road here. I think they are. First car off. Looks like it'll be Hubbard. So now it basically ends up being, remember back to the very first run of the race? When we had that caution about lap 14. This is basically a carbon copy of it. 11 laps on the lead drivers, 0 laps on the drivers behind him when it comes to tires. This time, though, Hubbard's got 2. Everyone else behind him's got 4. The leader's on a combination of 2 and 4, depending on who you're talking about. So this could get wild, and that may not be done yet. 11 cautions so far in this one. 15 lead changes. It has been competitive for the lead. That has been good to see. Everything, well, even the leaders have crashed at points today, so it's been just a wild night here in Charlotte.
That it has, and it's not going to cool down anymore. You know, we're in the final stages of this race. Expect the track temperature to stay about the same, but the driving will get hotter. As we make our way to the choose cone, King electing for the top side, Cochran to the bottom. Let's take a look here at our drivers on the fresher tires. Hubbard will go to the top side. And Hubbard's made that 2-tire call multiple times tonight. I wish our timing and scoring would save what the drivers actually do in the pits, because I can't remember the last time that Hubbard actually took inside tires.
And on the trucks and the National Series cars, the left side tires don't really wear that much, so you can get away with that. You can probably do 3 sets of right side tires to 1 set of left, especially when you only go 10 laps under green. But it doesn't hurt at all. It gets you out of the road a little bit faster, loosens it up on the short run, and doesn't really hurt you very much later. So it's a good move. See if it'll pay off. So we're under 30 to go here.
He is pretty well the only one attacking with that strategy, so this will be a make or break decision for the 12 machine. Way behind him on 4 fresh tires, aside from Jesse Whittington. Back into the restart zone we go, led by King on the outside line, pedal to the floor. But he makes it through cleanly. No bobbles that time on the restart moment.
Now they're able to not spin the tires this time. Battle for second. Cochran and Barnes. Behind King and Hubbard, 3 wide to the bottom. And 2 wide. Caution's out. Oh my goodness. We have a swap meet down in turn number 2.
And McKern's day just keeps getting worse. I should have never said that name.
Yeah, McKern, the last one of the final drivers in line here, just ended up caught up in this. What happened? This is Seth Heyman we're on board with. Oh, it was Walker. Almost looks like a missed shift for Walker. happened to the 5 here? It's right on board. Does it seem like this car just stopped in the center?
It wasn't a natural movement.
Oh, loose. Loose moment. Down in front of Ullman and Wallace. Not much they could do about it. Oh, wow. McKern did a really nice job of not taking out the 04 because Luke Barnes was at the mercy of Craig McKern on that one. Let's see this. You're going to see the 04 on the tail end of this, and oh boy, there needs to be a thank you card sent to the 60 camp here. See, there's the slide up there. Might have got help, actually. I'll have to go back and look at that again. But watch this. 04, turn away. That was close. Back to the 5, though. I might have got some help. See, the rear end's dented in. Nope, just loose on his own.
I mean, maybe a little bit of air packed in.
Potential.
But at the same time, everybody is within inches of each other after the restart. So to have just the one have an issue, it's, I don't know. Interesting. But inside 25 to go.
In what has been an absolute slugfest tonight. I've made jokes about Rock'em Sock'em Racing before, but this takes it to a whole new level. They basically, I think they flipped over the game and then just stomped on it. And that's kind of how the race has been tonight.
That is one of your more interesting analogies.
Yeah. I mean, I have to say, I mean, obviously, I wear the broadcaster hat often. That's what I do here on V-Speed, if you haven't noticed. You know, I think you're aware of that, Logan. What people may not know is I wear a few other hats while I'm part of these Mystic Racing League events. Of course, team owner for a few drivers. The 51 and the 8 are my team cars. But on top of that, more important than that, is one of the admins of the league, right? I try and help make this thing as smoothly. I do race control on Thursday nights. And to see a race like this after what has been a pretty solid season to this point really just hurts, because this has been a not great display of racecraft and driver ability. I know these drivers have better in them. We're just not seeing it tonight, and I really hate it for everyone who's had to endure this both on the racetrack, in race control, in the broadcast booth, and everybody watching at home. This has been not great. So I hope that we can turn this around and get better, but this has been borderline pitiful, I would say. There are many other words that come to mind, but we're just going to try and keep it PG here. Not a lot of good to say tonight.
Well, we've got another chance at hope, Morgan.
Maybe our longest green flag of the run here, potentially, to the end of this one.
That's what we're going to cross our fingers for. See if these drivers can pull it together to that checkered flag. Race truck lights are off. We're ready to take the green here to start lap 112.
We are green. They'll stack up middle of the field. King and Cochran scoot away. Barnes got to the corner of the 51, not going to let him in. Where's the 3-wide move opportunity come from? It's going to be Hinson this time with the run. Yes, it will be. Goes to the bottom. The run is so intense. Is we're 3-wide now for third. Hubbard's going to go. Oh, my goodness. What an aggressive move. Son Yates gets sideways further back. There goes Hubbard.
There goes the 12.
Hubbard spinning in the grass. Caution is out. Caution is out.
168th mile will be under yellow.
Good work on the math there. Time got a meatball flag. Not sure what happened to the 9. Holston with another one. What happened? Let's go back and see what happened to Kime. Oh, got loose on his own. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. I feel for Holston on that one. Just, oh my goodness. That was violent, to say the least. That was a violent hit.
Might have been the hardest one of the race.
Oh, man. I mean, just a loose moment here. Had to avoid the 18. Got some help from the 24 at the very end, but ends up right hooking the 48. Oh, my goodness. I don't even remember who the first accident was for. It was Hubbard. It was a 12. Let's go back and see what happened to the 12. I mean, this has just been... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is this iRacing or is this Wreckfest? I haven't really figured it out yet tonight. I know that's a cheap shot. That's low-hanging fruit, but drivers haven't earned much better tonight. Yeah, just loose on his own. Got some help from 51 in the tail there, and around goes to 12. That's, luckily for the front group, about the lightest caution they've had up there. Unfortunately, further back for Holston and Kime, not the same story.
Well, Hubbard falls back to 16th with that. Likely fall a little bit further back. I would imagine receiving the cause of caution there.
I don't know if the caution was for the 12 or for the 9.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Both incidents pretty well at the same time. The 12 ended up off the track.
Yeah, but I mean, so did Kime, and actually Holston was on the racetrack still, but it really could have went either way. Could have been either of those drivers who got that caution charge. But results the same. We're under yellow again for is this the 13th time tonight? 13th time. Yes, it is.
Only 12 natural.
Only 12 natural. Technically,
only 12
the end of
natural.
the stage was also a caution for cause.
That is true.
So let's go with the baker's dozen on the natural cautions. It's been a long night, folks. And I feel for the admin team as well, who has to sit up and review this race tonight.
Oh, goodness. I didn't even want to think about that part.
Yep, so it's going to be a long, long night for the admin team. Anyway, let's get back to it here. King and Barnes, good friends on the front row. Hinson and Miller. Miller making a great rebound after some scuffles earlier in the race in the 95. Cochran back to 5th. Jewett hanging around in the 6th spot. Trevor Yates still up in the top 10 here. Whittington in 6th. Stevenson, Yates in there as well as Aaron Baum make up your top 10 in no particular order. Shuffling around a little bit here as we pace. But the pace truck should have a pretty good path warn from the exit of turn 4 to pit road. He's used it quite a bit tonight. Good thing they don't have it painted.
No laps led.
Yeah, well, by a large margin here this evening. Not even close. Then they didn't paint that section, have to repaint it every 50 laps. Zachary King, Christian Barnes on the loud pedal through the restart zone. Here we go.
And the leader gets another great jump. It's side by side for the rest of the field.
2 by 2 all the way back behind your leader. No 3-wide move that time. Hinson.
Message might have finally been received from race control on the 3-wide action.
Oh,
but it
Jewett
doesn't.
with a
It
moment.
doesn't account for the
Off of
loose.
4. Wow. I think you can have one or the other. You can have 3-wide racing, or you can have very loose racing cars. You can't have it both ways. It doesn't work that way. Still battling for the lead here. No love lost between these two. King, Hinson, with Cochran waiting in the wings.
Hanging to the outside Barnes. Finally gets clear.
And this 2x2 is going to pull everybody back to him.
We've seen it already a couple times this race.
Oh, what a squeeze move by Hinson. He finally got clear. What is King going to respond? Back to the inside.
Crossover down the back straight. The 50 dives into the bottom.
Where'd the 45 come from? My goodness.
Loose is fast, Morgan.
It sure
We've
is.
seen that 45 loose all night, so you have to imagine he would have to be fast at some point.
Richie Kyle rejoining the racing surface. A few laps down here. One lap down. King slides up in front of Cochran. Cochran's going to give him the push. Looks for the clean air on the top side. King's going to close it off. That 51's going to get very tight. Hit the wall. And then got a little help from the 71 just to make sure. He knows he's on the very top of the racetrack.
45 makes some contact there.
Oh my goodness. We need a grape
Still
soda after that one. Oh, don't lean on him too hard. 45 will clear both of them into third. 15 to go. Further back, these guys are scrapping. Miller, Stevenson. Just saw Hubbard
Door
there.
meetings.
Yeah, some tour meetings for sure. Cochran struggling now, falling back like a rock. Got the beeper on in the 51. Going to be top of 3 here again. Oh, almost contact with the 12.
No, Hubbard's not scared of the 3 wide. Certainly not scared of sending it the middle of 3 wide. Back linked up with the other Gazoo racing truck. 4. Barnes and Hubbard have an opportunity here to make a run if they can get clear. Big shove from the 51 again.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Cochran, but that car shut off in terms of speed. As Yates goes for third. How about the 71? Caught a bit of speed at Kentucky and has not let it go.
Why should you? Absolutely keep the hammer to the floor. The 17.
And Aaron Baum making a rare appearance in this series in the Tide Ride. How about a top 5 effort for him?
The top 5 are starting to separate a little bit. Stevenson at the front of the field for the second group. Drivers get side by side again at the front, but that'll reel everybody back in. Gazoo trucks starting to make their charge.
Oh, contact.
Oh.
Cochran, Barnes. Not the first time we've seen that this season. 3 wide. 27 still trying to save it.
Just getting shoved all around the track is Christian Barnes. First of all, a hell of a save.
It is.
And then to get doored again coming down into turn 1. Put it on the wall. That was impressive too. Speaking of the wall ride.
Yeah, I saw the 24 there up in the fence for Nelly. Haven't really mentioned Gary Baldwin Jr. tonight running in the 16th position.
Nothing wrong with a quiet night. I'm going to end that statement there because we saw how the last time I said that.
Yeah, right about that. I think a lot of these drivers would have rather had a quiet night than whatever they had tonight. 3 wide off the top. Yeah, those Gazoo trucks, they're willing to push each other. As Hinson has gotten out to a 7/10 lead, by the way. We're under 10 to go here. Can anybody catch him? It's not going to be King. That car fading quickly. Jewett's got to get around him quickly. Might have a shot at our leader. Oh, they're almost wrecking behind them. Stevenson in the bottom.
Stevenson's going to send it on the bottom. 3 wide. Hubbard in the middle.
And Jewett's in the wall.
Yates on top.
Yates way up top. Five under a blanket.
Oh, man.
They got to get around King. King is killing them. They lost half a second that lap.
We saw King do this earlier, too, when he was at the front of the field. just roped everybody back in, defending that position as hard as he can. If you can make the truck as wide as the track, then you typically will have some sort of success. But you throw a blanket over these drivers here in the top 10, and eventually it might end up wrapping them up like a tortilla shell.
Hubbard's got one shot at getting by the 50, and if he can't do it in one lap, you can give the win to Gavin Hinson. Oh, they're wrecking behind him. No caution. 0-4, way below the apron. Clears back up. We keep rolling. How is Dustin Lewis in the top 10? What on earth?
Perseverance.
I guess so. My goodness. Here is the move we're talking about. Gotta clear here. He's going to try and slide up in front of King. He's not going to get there. Does Stevenson have the run? No. Blocks the bottom. They're pushing down the back. The 12 is clear now. Can the 1 get clear? 1 almost gets right hooked. Hubbard's got to clear right here, right now. Oh my goodness. Hewitt's got put almost in the wall by the 71. This is chaos at the back of the field. What is the 8 doing? Dustin Lewis, my guy. I wonder what's going on here. Hot knife through butter.
Nothing to lose at this point. Dustin Lewis trying to come away with the podium finish.
Goodness gracious.
He's got 5 to do it.
Gavin Hinson 2 seconds up the road and smooth sailing. No one's going to catch him as long as... Oh, they're wrecking behind him. No. Never mind. Zachary King in the outside wall. Well, that changes things. Okay. Holy
No, it looks like somebody got sick of seeing that 50 leading that pack.
I mean, you can only block for so long. This happens all the time, right? You get someone who is on older tires, they start blocking left to right. You just eventually give them a shove. Oh, it was the 1, actually. The 1 had a moment in the corner. Oh, and then the 8 got sent too, naturally. What happened to the 1? That was weird. So you're going to see he's going to clear the 50. So there's the clear. And just, it's like he stopped in the center of the corner. You see it right here. It's just like it didn't go. King into the back of him. And then King went up the racetrack. That is. Oh, and then Merriman got involved too. What happened to Dustin Lewis? Because Lewis got put in the wall heavily.
Right behind.
Yeah, up the racetrack a little bit.
The Yates.
Jewett behind him. Lifted for the accident, and I think Jewett just caught him a little bit. That's what happened. Oh, man. Stevenson going to get charged for the yellow here? Is that what I'm seeing? No, sorry, he's pitting. He's pitting. That's why I was very confused there. Goodness gracious. 3 laps to go. Top 8 stay out. Hubbard, Barnes, Yates, Cochran, Jewett, Heyman, Baldwin, and Addison on the racetrack. First driver off pit road is Whittington on 2, Stevenson on 4. Make up your top 10.
Looking to be a best case scenario for those Gazoo trucks. Hubbard and Barnes, the freshest tires inside of the top 8. It's going to be tough to get around. We're talking about, 10 plus laps. Let's check Heyman. He's matched them. It's lap 18 for the stint for those 3 drivers, but he's going to be starting a little bit further back.
Well, Logan, you want the good news or the bad news?
I'm going to challenge you, Morgan. Let's hear it both in the same sentence.
All right. There are only 3 laps to go in regulation. That's not true, actually. We're now in overtime. Unlimited green-white checkers.
Well, we don't have unlimited cars, so it will end at some point.
Technically not unlimited green-white checkers either. The limit is 15 integer values and all that, but that's another thing altogether. It's was coming to a close, but we could, potentially be here another hour or so if drivers continue on this path. So a quick race recap for you. Every driver's hit everything. 14 cautions in 133 laps. 17 lead changes. That about sums it up tonight.
You said earlier, though, the battle for the lead has been really, really interesting to see how the runs can form, how the truck in front will fade, and then the time or two that we've seen these drivers that really step away. That's a big switch, from the starting laps of this race to now, although the theme has almost been identical the entire time, which, like you mentioned earlier, a little bit of a wreck fest.
Yeah, tire saving, if you can do it, has been incredible. I mean, we saw the 71 get out to a 2.5-second lead earlier in this race, the end stage 1. We just saw Hinson with well over a second lead. He pit this time, and that will have him on the offense during all these green-white checkers. But right now,
a lot of work.
Yeah, defense is going to be played. Hubbard and Barnes, the teammates up at the front of the field in these Gazoo racing trucks. They are going to block everything on the racetrack. The tires aren't terribly old. They're the second freshest on the racetrack, obviously second to everyone who just pit, but they're still 20 laps older. I also want to give a quick shout out. Seth Heyman is running 6th, has pit 11 times tonight. McKern 11. Wallace with a staggering 13, and Ullman, only driver more, 14 stops on pit road. Goodness gracious. Pit crew's busy for those teams. Fewest stops tonight, Steven Addison. 4 of them, of drivers who are still running.
We started with the 32. We're now down to 23 active on the track. Dustin Lewis still in his pit stall. Losing 9 throughout the course of 134 laps and 14 cautions.
That part of it is actually not. That's part of it's not bad, really. I mean,
yeah.
It's the what's in between the box score that isn't really telling the full story, but we'll cross that bridge in a little while. The Gazoo trucks on the front row. It's Hubbard and Barnes, and we are away for the first of many green-white checkers, potentially. Derek Jewett, black flag off the rim. That should get cleared.
And immediately the yellow comes out.
Yeah, we're wrecking. Stevenson, Whittington are around.
I believe there's even a secondary incident deeper into turns 1 and 2.
Potentially, we'll find that in a moment. All right, this happened in the middle of the field. Oh, Hinson got him.
Hinson on the offense.
Yeah, there was. I didn't see anything else. Oh, maybe a little up here a little bit. Oh, I think they just scattered. I don't think they actually made any contact.
Yes, and mistiming on the slowdown. Although they do have to, complete that lap back around, catch up with the pace truck, back on the back straight. So a little bit early to be slowing down. Probably caught some drivers off guard. It looked different on my side of things in the moment.
Oh, Hubbard continues to lead. No change at the point. Jewett now up to 3rd. Yates, Cochran, Heyman, Addison, Baldwin, Miller, Hinson, your top 10. You got a piece of paper, Santa?
I don't.
Okay.
I have a phone, though. What do we need?
Let's just write down the number 1. It's 1 green-white checker used.
I have to wonder too, Morgan, if you say that we've got a limit of 15 green-white checkered attempts.
Yep.
Now,
I don't like where this is going. But go ahead.
I guess I'm kind of leaning towards fuel strategy under caution. I never thought I would ever say that.
You're honestly, you're not that far off. So everyone who pit under that last caution, good to go, no problems. They are easily good to the end of this, no matter how many green white checkers we have, no problem. Hubbard and Barnes, they got lots left in the tank. Not a problem for them. In fact, let's get their last pit lap up here. So the drivers who pit 5 laps ago, which would have been 132, no problems. Easy to the end. The 114 guys, they got probably 5 green white checkers in them before they need to even start thinking about it. The 105, 106 guys, again, probably 2 or 3 green white checkers and you're thinking about it. Cochran's in trouble. That 51 is already on a hope and a prayer right now. And another green white checker is going to see him hit pit road. Remember, the pit window was 35, so he has already well exceeded that. And everyone else in the top 5, top 10 is already taken care of in terms of the strategies we mentioned. So, yeah, we got something here, that's for sure.
Never in my life, or rather, never in my broadcasting career, would I have ever imagined saying those words and being serious about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, green-white checker attempt number 2. Up to 15. Oh, if we use 15, I mean, this is all over iRacing, not top 10, if we use 15 green-white checkers here. Should make it into a Jimmy Broadbent
I would
video.
have to agree. There's a good possibility it would.
Golly. We're down to far less cars now. Gavin Hinson out of the race. Went from leading, win in his grasp, 4 laps away, to a finish back into the mid-20s. That's how quickly things change here.
Still up 5 positions from where he started, though.
Yeah, that's probably not going to be the highlight he takes away from this one. And we're going to spin on the front row. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Yeah, we're at a loss for words up here, folks.
That one will certainly be under review.
3 wide.
Hubbard falls back.
Here comes Yates. If we get back to the line,
around.
the next flag, which will probably be yellow, is going to end the race. And Yates on before will take the lead. 3 wide behind him. They're dooring each other. Here comes the wreck. There it is. Cochran's around. Yates is the leader. When does the caution come out? Will the caution come out?
White flag is out, so I'm going to say it stays put. We're going to race it back to the front straight. Jewett not out of it. Yates with the 2.2 second lead.
And into turn number 3. This would be the first league win in the Mystic Racing League for Trevor Yates. And off of turn 4, he's going to win the race here in Charlotte.
Oh man, the slam to the wall just behind that.
Unbelievable. Trevor Yates, congratulations. Won the first stage, won the race in probably the most improbable fashion that you could have put out in front of us. Let's have a look at what caused the white flag crash and then the bigger crash later on. So let's go back here. There's the crash. Actually, let's go back to the restart first. Restart, I think, was probably worth looking at. So we're looking at the 45 and we're looking at the 12. Now, I don't know who instigated it. Restart's under review right now. Yeah, it looks like the 12 just throttled up and spun the tires into Jewett.
20-lap-old tires will easily do that. Ask me how I know.
Yeah, I've been there too. No question. We saw the incident here with Cochran later. This is the 12 and the 51. As Cochran pushing for all his might down the back to try and get a hole get through this. They force almost 4 wide. Off the corner. Cochran loose into the side. Yeah, there. They got bumped by I think that was Heyman. Came back in front of traffic. Oh my goodness. The 08 up in the air. The 14 part of it as well. And then 0 brakes on the 08. Still haven't found him. I don't know where that big hit happened after the race. I'm assuming it was right here.
26 of Baldwin.
The 26 of Baldwin.
Ended up not being as bad as I thought, but that was a pretty solid broadside slam into the wall.
Check this one again.
Came across the nose there. Five of Jaden Walker. Walker will get a good run, starts to move to the outside line. Has the nose there, the 26
Walker,
loose.
Walker got him. That's no question about that.
Came back down the track.
Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully Trevor Yates is still celebrating because yes, he is. Boy, did he earn it. Race winner here tonight. Honestly, this was the car I thought was the fastest tonight. Great at saving tires, won the first stage easily, and just had to fight through all of the incidents to get back up to the front. The final run was just enough, and he blew it up, rightfully so. Trevor Yates, your winner here in Charlotte. Well, let's go over how this one ended up. Trevor Yates is going to get that win. Derek Jewett comes home in second. Best run of the season for the 45. Miller in third. We'll talk with those three in just a few. Seth Heyman sneaks up to fourth. How about 32nd starting spot? That's a lot of spots gained for the 30. King will finish in fifth. Barnes will finish in the sixth spot. Addison in seventh. McKern, what a great finish for the driver of the 60. Aaron Baum making a rare appearance in ninth. Jaden Walker, top 10. That one might not stand coming to the line. Obviously had the incident, but for now, unofficially, Jaden Walker, 10th spot.
E11 goes to the 24 of Tristan Brunelli, followed up by Gary Baldwin Jr. backing it up across the start-finish line after contact with the wall. Christian Barnes in the 27 takes home 13th, followed up by the 1 of Tyler Stevenson. The 18 of Sean Merriman taking home P15. Reggie Kime with a tough time tonight. The 9 finishes out 16th. Noah Hubbard, who had a great shot of taking home a win today, ends up back in 17th after falling victim to Calamity Corner. The 08 of David Wallace finishes out 18th. Dave Billings in the 14 machine takes home 19th. Last but not least, the 51 of Jacob Cochran inside the top 20.
Gavin Henson will finish 21st here tonight. Whittington in the 22nd spot. John Ullman, 23rd. Dustin Lewis. Apologies. Dustin Lewis will finish 24th. Adam Holston in the 25th spot. Zach White, 26th. Cody Anderson in 27th. Mallon had a fast truck tonight. Will finish in 28th. Hawthorne, 29th. Caleb Hunt, 30th position. I'll get the final four for you. Harold Tucker III, we call him Trey, finishes in 31st. Tyner Willing, 32nd. Isaac Wilson, don't believe started the race, 33rd. And Sturdivant as well, did not start, will finish 34th here tonight. Well, let's get down and chat with your winner here this evening, Trevor Yates. Let's get the driver up here. Trevor Yates, Morgan and Santa up in the booth. You got a copy. Trevor Yates, do we have a copy on the race winner here in Sofa News Victory Lane?
Yes, sir.
All right. How about it? We talked about you at Kentucky, whatever it was, 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. Had a great run with the tire strategy. You really kind of made a name for yourself in that race as a sleeper mile-and-a-half driver. And tonight, you did nothing but impress. You drove through the field, won the first stage, and then later in the race, once we started having a bit of a yellow quilt out there on the racetrack, you continually move forward, ended up picking up the win on a wild last couple laps. What do you have to say for yourself, and how much fun was it out there tonight?
Well, I actually didn't think I had a shot because I blew a set of tires under the first caution. So I was down to my last set with that caution with 33 to go, and I had a ball running through the field from 20th.
All right. I mean, you were able to save tires. I mean, part of it was, of course, having the extra set at the end of the first stage. But when you got out front, you drove away by about the biggest lead we saw all day. We only saw really two drivers do that, you and Gavin Hinson. Everyone else got reeled back in. What were you doing differently than other drivers, you think, to be able to allow you to pull those leads out and not have them get reeled back in as quickly as you built them?
So I think actually driving in deeper wears the right rear more on these trucks than most cars. So I drive it in deeper than most people, and I drag the brake, and I also turn the steering ratio up to 14 to 1. So I don't know if that helps too.
Gotcha. Well, saving tires was in the ballpark here for you tonight. And I mean, we got to talk about this final restart. We're watching it in super slow motion here. The run off of turn two, obviously a crazy restart. 12 almost wiped out in front of the field. You were the big winner of it, able to get to the inside of Jewett off of turn two. And then from there, it was lights out. Was that the goal the whole time, was get to the inside three wide of the front row? Or was there another plan you had in mind? Or were you just making up on the spot?
Nah, I made that up on the spot. My plan was to actually go to the high side. High side's the key side here.
All right. Well, it worked out well for Trevor Yates. While we got you up here, who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out for your first win in the Mystic Racing League?
Let's shout out Fago and Stephen Alessi.
All right. Well, big thank you to Trevor Yates for allowing us the opportunity to speak with you. Congratulations on your first Mystic Racing League win here in the Sofa News Victory Lane for Downtown Auto Sales and their truck series presented by Pest Busters. Thank you for your time, Trevor.
Thank you.
We will now move to second position. And if you don't mind, Logan, I'm going to catch up with the driver that I called the Indy 500 qualifying with yesterday.
Absolutely. Take it away.
Derek Jewett, it's Morgan and Santa up in the booth. You got a copy.
I do. How you guys doing?
What? And it was, I don't know how I feel right now, Derek. I'll be honest with you. What a chaotic race. You were sideways. You were in the wall. You were hit many times. But above all that, you were able to fight through and had a shot at the win right at the end up in second. How do you rate the day?
Uh, how do I rate the day? On me or the race alone?
Just in general, how do you feel this day went? This race went for you, in general.
For me, I think it could have gone just a tick better. I think that last run where Gavin was in the lead, and it took every ounce of energy not to wreck the 50, because he was holding up everybody with his 10-lap older tires. I think I could have got to Gavin. I think I could have passed Gavin, in my opinion. But overall, I mean, my bad luck. I mean, I've had the worst luck in probably Mystic Racing League or any motorsports ever. So to finally get into the P2, it's unbelievable. I wish it was P1, but beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, you did everything you could do to get that win, and you had a chance to chase down the 71, but just too little too late there at the end. I mean, was there anything you could have done differently? Maybe go back 3-4 restarts, anything you could have differently, anything sticks out in your mind that would have maybe got you a better spot here towards the end?
I mean, I burned my tires up trying to get around the 50 for the longest time. So I don't really know. I don't really know what happened on the restart. All I know is I got the same jump as the leader, and all of a sudden he was, sideways, door me. So I don't really know. I'll have to go back and quarterback room that tomorrow. But yeah, congrats to 71. I mean, he's been killing it for the past couple weeks. So, but I mean, hey, we finished P2.
Sure did.
I mean, come on. Not only did I make my debut last night in the V Speed broadcast booth, shout out V Speed, we finished P2, and I told you this is probably my best track. It's sad that this was probably the best series going into this race. We proved time and time again that we can have green flag runs and we can have really good racing. I don't know if it's just the fact that we just had so many short tracks and then we finally get a mile and a half and then just we don't really know how to race with a mile and a half. I don't really know. But hey, P2. I just realized that. P2.
Yeah, you did everything you had to do tonight. Came up one spot short, but I think with the season you've had and all across all the series, this is pretty much a win for Derek Jewett. And while we got you up here, who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out? P2 on the board for the 45.
I mean, first things first. I want to shout out you. I mean, you've been my cheerleader for the past couple weeks. The amount of times I've wanted to throw in the white flag and the white towel and just quit because I mean, how many times have I been wrecked among the 3 series? It's crazy. So you keep telling me to dig in, things are going to be changing, and you know I can't wait to hear you cheerleading me during this race. So hopefully you did. But yeah, I mean V Speed obviously for having me up in the booth and always broadcasting. I mean V Speed on top, am I right? So I want to thank Anthony Marino. He was in my ear majority of that race, kind of walking me through on what I need to do, spotting me. So shout out to him. Shout out to Aaron. Shout out to Adam. Again, just bad luck. So hopefully I'm not rubbing that bad luck on Adam. I know I'm long-winded here. I'm so sorry. I haven't been interviewed in like forever. I don't really know what I'm doing. So non-typical signs. We had that Kim Block tribute car. Obviously Rowdy, Kyle Busch. We miss you. I love you, man. CHGO, Joshua Everett, K9 for Warriors, Beast Unleash. I'm about to go shotgun a Beast Unleash. Not gonna lie. I don't even know. Gavin, what do you think?
Logan.
Not sorry.
Gavin's away this week.
Logan, what do you think?
It caught me off guard there. I mean, I think you had a hell of a race. You had so much that you got wrapped up in. I mean, here I'm sitting here thinking we went from talking to Trevor Yates, who had the second least amount of incident points, to tied for the most amount of incident points in the race. And then we're going to go to a driver, one of 3, who didn't have to use the fast repair. It's a mind-boggling podium here we have today.
Logan, welcome to the Derek Jewett 2 season. It's been like that the entire season. Fortunately we got a P2. So I want to thank you guys and anybody else that I forgot. Everybody at Dan Motorsports, you guys are awesome. Everybody at V Speed is awesome. MRL, everybody's awesome except a couple people, but we won't mention names. But hey, P2, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right.
And hey, I'll see you Friday.
Yeah, you bet. Bump day on Friday for the Indy 500. That'll be a fun one. But we are officially pulling the mic away from Derek Jewett. Thank you for your time, Derek. But we do have a time limit to get under here, so we'll catch you next time. Thanks for your time.
I'll see you Friday.
You bet. See ya. You can tell Derek Jewett is fired up about P2, and I'll let you have this one if you want, Logan. Justin Miller has made his way into the broadcast booth. P3 here tonight. Logan's caught up with him.
After just a few extra minutes there, Justin Miller, I had just mentioned it. It's you're one of 3 drivers who did not have to utilize the fast repair today. With that being said, I apologize. I don't recall saying too much about you today, which turns out to be a fantastic non-problem to have coming away with the P3 finish. Tell me a little bit about your race, the perspective sitting behind the windshield of the 95 truck.
Well, it was very eventful. We started 14th, I think it was, and fell back at the beginning of the race. It was really loose, and then we finally made some adjustments, and we made it good. And then once the sun started to go down, then that's when the truck started to come in, and just trying to stay out of trouble. And then halfway through the race, my game gets shut off, go 2 laps down, had to come back into server, and I had to work work my way back and get my laps back to get back in the race. And then it felt like the truck just come alive after I came back in. So it was, I think this is my best truck finish, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, it sure looked like it, and what a story for you to be able to tell later on. 2 laps down here, and obviously a lot of luck went your way, and then able to navigate all of the carnage all over the track. We're talking 14, 15 cautions today, so to keep yourself in the controlled chaos that it was and not have to use that fast repair. I mean, what were some of the key focal points for you tonight on, being able to come away with this P3 finish? Was it the tire saving strategy? I mean, the mix of the cautions? Tell me a little bit.
Well, yeah. It was trying to plan the cautions out, because we on how everybody was racing each other. We knew that there was going to be a good bunch of them, and the last set, when my game shut off, it used a set of tires when I came back. So then I had one set, and I had to run almost like 65 laps on that one set, because I wanted to use my last set because I knew there was going to be a late restart, so I wanted to save them. And I think like with 15 laps to go, that's when I went down and took them. So there was a little bit of strategy to it, but a lot of curveballs that I had to dodge too. So,
well,
absolutely.
With the 3rd place finish, you can't complain too terribly much. Fantastic job on the recovery effort. Justin Miller, is there anybody that you would like to say thanks to or shout out?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Shady Acres, that's on the side of my truck. He takes care of me, and I love that he's on the side of my truck, and hopefully we get a W here this season at some point. And thank you to Brandon for the awesome league to race in. It's so awesome, and we'll just continue.
Well, fingers crossed for you. Good luck, Justin Miller. Congratulations again, P3 at Charlotte.
Thank you. And thank you guys in the booth. Y'all do a hell of a job.
We appreciate that. Your 3rd place finisher, Justin Miller, everybody.
Yeah, I want to thank the top 3 for taking time out of their evening to speak with us. Since you brought it up, it was, in fact, 15 cautions that made this one go from start to finish. What a race. Logan, Mystic Racing League, Downtown Auto Sales Truck Series. Final thoughts?
Well, it was a race in some aspects of this one. We spent a lot of time under 55 mile an hour with the pace truck leading the field, but it just goes to prove who has the wherewithal to make those moves. I mean, we just heard it from Justin Miller. Issues mid-race, 2 laps down, and still able to recover up to a podium finish, taking away P3. Derek Jewett wrapped up in so many issues today. And of course, Trevor Yates with just a dominating performance. And, it's vital to keep the car clean. 7 incident points is pretty good proof of that, I would have to say.
I would agree. And the Race to Remember 200, one to forget for most of the field, was a rough one here tonight. But for everyone at V-Speed who makes this thing possible, all the admins of the Mystic Racing League, I want to thank all of you for allowing us the opportunity to get up here and bring this racing to you. For everyone around this thing, Logan Threlkeld, my commentator today. I've been your host, Mr. Morgan Cook. Cameras by Dougie Beard. Catch you next time right here on V-Speed.